Alright, so here's an update to my Cloaking Equipment mod. I now have an extra patch for removing the effects. I'm going to go ahead and load the game without that for now. I have made changes to the mod, so you no longer have to manually go in and add the perk. I added the perk to the perk tree. If you have used this mod before, you need to remove the perk and then re-add it because the perk now has a quest thing attached to it. That way, the equipment won't show up in um, the shipbuilder menu until you have the perk. So you can still manually add and remove the perk if you want, but the main thing is now that the perk is there, so you don't have to manually do that. But if you have used this mod before, some of the changes require you to remove the perk and re-add it, and I'll show you why. So if I go here and I go into build, this one already has the cloaking equipment on it, but B and equipment, and you notice that it's not there. It should be the third one down. It's not there. So I go out and I check, and I do have the perk. So the perk's there. But the problem is, because I already have the perk, there's a quest attached to the perk now. And that ties to the equipment showing up in the whatchamacallit, shipbuilder. So I need to remove the perk and then re-add the perk. And now when I go in, the perk will show up. I mean, the equipment will show up because now it's applying that quest. So B and then G, and now I should have 14 equipment. And there's my cloaking device. All right. Now let's go ahead and get in my ship and go ahead and take off and show you how it works. So again, even if you have the equipment on the ship, it will not work without the perk. Now the downside to this quest thing is if you remove the perk, the equipment is still going to show up. Now that it's in the shipbuilder thing, it's going to always show up there because the quest has been updated to stage 10 by the perk, and it's always going to show up there. But you can remove the perk to get rid of the effect if you wanted to without removing the equipment still. Because the equipment the spell effect from the equipment does require the perk for the effect to take place. And after this, I'll quickly get back out, re-enable the patch for the special effect. Alright, so now I'm in space, and there's the cloaking effect. And alright, so now if I remove perk, and see, no effect because I don't have the perk anymore. Now, like I said, because of the way the quest works, even if you remove the perk, it's still going to show up in the shipbuilder because once you add the perk the first time, it's set in that quest to stage 10. If I can figure a way to get the perk to reset it to stage 1 by removing the perk, I would, but right now I can't figure that out. So for the time being, when you remove, once you've added the perk the first time and you've set the stage to 10, the item shows up in the shipbuilder forever until I can find a way to remove the perk and reset that stage to stage 1 and then remove it from that would remove it from the shipbuilder because that's a condition I set to it. The constructible object only appears in the ship builder if that stage is set to 10. And because I have no way to reset the stage back to 1, it stays there. But if I remove the perk, the effect does not work. The effect only works if I have the perk. If I have the perk, I have the perk. If I remove the perk, see, now I no longer have the perk. Unlock. Alright. So, let's go ahead and save. And quit. Desktop. Now I'm going to enable the extra patch. I'm going to add this to the update as an optional download. I'm adding this because somebody was saying they were having problems with the effect giving them a performance hit. So the sound effect is still there. You'll hear when you exit out of the boost, you'll hear like that weird boom sound. But the ship will stay visible with this patch. So when I first go in, I'm not going to have the effect at all. Because I have the patch. Right now, I don't have the perk. Like I said, in order for the item to show up in the ship builder, if you've used this mod before, you have to remove the perk and then re-add it. To get that quest stage to update. Alright, so right now, I do not have it. See, it says unlock. So if you hear no noise at the end there, nothing. Where if I enable the perk, so now I have the perk. See, rank up, which I can't rank up because there's no more ranks. So now, you hear that noise, that noise at the end, that tells you that the effect is still taking place. That weird, like, explosion sound at the end. That tells you that the perk is still working, but it's just not showing because of this patch. All I did was just remove the effect to it. So everything else should still work. It just does, the ship doesn't become invisible. But you have that boom at the end that tells you that it's working. Alright, and that's it.